Welcome back, folks, to my Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity, the complete edition on Nintendo Switch. When we last left off, we ended up going to Cemetery Hill, or Hill Cemetery, something like that, killing some undead. We ended up finding this undead woman here, and we freed the people she's going to eat. And now we're going to see if she's going to attack us. So let's hop to it. Also, I'm playing this on the 8-bit do light blueprint gamepad, the little gamepads that have all the D-pads on it. I wanted to test it out and give my impressions on it while I play. Now, I tried it with Pokemon and it works pretty good with Pokemon, but it'd be better to play it with Joy-Cons, Joy-Cons, something with a the little pads, because you can't sneak with this. With the joysticks, you can sneak with them because you can barely push them. Let's see. No, she doesn't attack us. She probably doesn't know that we freed them. Let's not let's not piss her off. But so far, I like these little things. They're not too bad. They don't really they don't feel bad. It kind of reminds me of my childhood playing with like the old school controllers that didn't have the joysticks on them. Keep wanting to call them Joy-Cons, but joysticks. Hey, this is not too bad either. Being able to do it like this. Uh-oh. See, there's a problem. Some of these you cannot get to with it. As you can see. I can get to that, to that, to that. But I skips that one. Skips that one. Get to that one, to that one. Skips that one. Can get to that, and get to that. You cannot go to the middles. It doesn't look like. Nope. Which would be a problem playing this on this. So what we will do is we will switch out this controller for another one. So how we do that is just go through here. And since I'm doing this on screen, I will make this episode longer. And I'm using the other 8-bit do control pad. The one that looks like a Super Nintendo controller, but has the joysticks on it. And see, now we can precisely go to that. So the little controller is really good. I like it. But certain games that need more precise stuff, you'll be limited to. Alright, let's go to Vault's Manor now. That's this one, right? Yes. I'm going to try the 8-bit do controller with Baldur's Gate. And I apologize for not posting anything on Tuesday. Tuesday ended up packed with stuff. So tomorrow I should have the Astro Chains up. What's in here? Beer. We'll take the beer. Sugar. We'll take the sugar. Oh, alright. Fall back and let them come to us. Alright. Now Now attack. Alright. We're stuck because the other guys are just firing at them. Oh well, this works anyways.
That's it.
Oh, that worked anyways. Oops. Oh, what's on this table? History. Copper Panda. What's... Okay, that's coins. It's doing that stupid thing again. I was like, what the hell? Saeda, let us in. It's safe to come out now. Open the doors, Saeda. The female Dragul sniffs the air and whiffs around, hissing, survivors! Okay.
Brave Dolphin.
Come on, you guys get in. There we go. Alright. No, not second wind. Lay on hands. Durance.
To battle!
There we go. Well now. I'm not gonna mess with her yet. Let's go explore and steal shit.
The work of a moment.
Copper pen. Key. Excuse me. Okay, what's in here? Let's examine this. This is a note addressed to the household staff. Please please see to it that the family's mausoleum is swept and marble polished. The key is hanging, as always, in the kitchen by the oven. Okay. Ooh, kitty. Worn light signs behind the map. There's a ragged hole outside of someone dug through. So she's not here, whoever we're looking for. No, I don't want to heal. Map. Okay, let's go upstairs now and see what's up here. Nope. Okay, so she went to the mausoleum. Yep. Okay, so we know where to go to next. So another little thing I was thinking about is I might change the frog icon, my mascot, because of the FCC thing that's going on. I don't know if any of you guys have heard about it, but apparently they're targeting channels now that quote unquote are for kids with fines up to 150,000 or something ridiculous like that. And the way the law is right now, it's so vague that just being a video game channel and having a animated mascot or even a puppet mascot, say like the bigger channel than me, Arlo, could get hit really hard by it. So I'm debating on changing it to just, I don't know, something. We'll see. Because my channel is, it's for everyone, but it's not really family friendly at the same time. Because I mean, the characters in here kill people. They, it's, yes, it they say the word fuck. They say all that stuff. I don't cuss very much, but yeah, it's just the way it's worded right now. Just because I'm playing video games on this channel and have a mascot of a frog, they could strike my channel and everything. But we'll see. I'm so small of a channel that I could possibly squeak by. A little girl cowers in the back of the tomb. Her face is streaked with dirt, and even in the shadows, you can tell she's far too thin. She watches you holding your breath. It's alright. You're safe. She inches into the candlelight. Her clothing are a little more than filthy rags now, but ripped and stained fabrics look like embroidered silk. You have to be quiet. Noise brings the hungry people. Sigardi stands stock still, looking at the girl as if at a wounded rabbit. Arachnik's shadow looks like she's been on her own for weeks. My name is Saeda. Are you hiding from them too? She watches the door of the vault, her eyes wide and careful. You're Saeda? I came across some Dargools in the house. The girl's eyes widen. You saw Mother and Father and Elmiel? How did you get away? Let's not worry about them now. We should focus on getting out of here. She picks a thumbnail, watching you, nods slowly. Who are the hungry people? She whispers, and her eyes are round with terror. The ones outside? They don't sleep or die, but they eat. Where's your family? At the house. Mother told me to hide and not let anyone in. Then I heard a lot of noise, fighting and yelling, and her eyes glaze over. And then Mother told me to open the door again, but she didn't sound right. Tell me what happened to you. Her eyes take on a distant look. She starts to tremble. Resolve. Be strong. Think back to how it started. She takes a deep breath and stares at the stone floor. There was a big noise and a light in the sky. Everyone thought it was a storm, but then people started waking up. After they died, I mean. She twisted a shelled sleeve into a knot. Mother and Father and Emil boarded up the doors, but the hungry people found our house. She fidgets and becomes more agitated. They fought, but the hungry people always get up again. They broke through the door. Mother told me to hide, and then I came here to hide. But the door got stuck, and I don't know when it would be safe outside. You need to get out of here. Is it safe? It's still dangerous, but the path to the main gate should be clear. Run for it. I won't let anything catch me. I promise. Okay, so we saved her. Okay, what's in here? Okay. Okay. Let us save real quick. Oh yeah. I forgot. This is not like the PC where you can just save a bunch. Alright. Let's open
Onward!
this. Ooh.
Tailing the strain. You gotta take better care of Ella.
Oof. That hurt. Okay, so now we're gonna camp. That hurt a lot. You awake to see Durance, his staff held in both of his hands before him. A flame flickers at the top end, casting a long shadow across his face as he stares in contemplation. Still, For all the light of the fire, your eyes can't focus on him. Perhaps it's his waking from sleep or a trick of the light, but he seems indistinct, blurred around the edges. Everything except for the staff. The staff. He seems to be studying its engravings. As you watch, the engravings glow thinly red, like through the cracks of a heated sulfured wood. The lines stream like molten metal, burning along the edges of his staff, to branch out in an intricate series of fiery veins, branching thickly where his hands clutch the wood, pulsating as if a heartbeat. As you watch, the veins spiral into dozens, separate circles, circles that spiral again until they are arranged in a circle of their own. They pulse, wait, all strangely silent, and then, suddenly, there's a great light of fire, a rushing of air, a great flash, and you awaken again to see Durance in the same place, still holding his staff, but he is solid, real. He doesn't seem to have noticed you or reacted to what occurred. Ooh, that is interesting. We'll do that after this. Cool. Okay, we will talk to him after this, because it's time to do the main quest. Or actually, we can talk to him now. Might as well. Saving. Thought I felt your eyes on me. Now come the words. I had questions I wanted to ask you.
If doubts and curiosity plague you, you're skinning your knuckles on the wrong door.
I saw something strange. You were sitting by the fire, and I saw a great light from your staff.
Tell me what you saw.
It was a flash like an explosion, a rustling of air, incredibly bright.
It is the light of the Godhammer you saw.
The Godhammer?
It was a weapon of Deerwood's people, a symbol of their independence. It saved the Deerwood.
What do you know about it?
It brought the Saints' War to an end, knocked a god from his perch. There are few that would deny Aothis overstepped. The Godhammer reminded Aothis of it. You saw its light because I helped shape it, give it life, and release it into the world. Once seen, its glory is almost too bright to be believed, and too bright to be forgotten.
You helped build the Godhammer?
There were 12 of us. We fashioned the weapon, drafted plans for it, prayed for guidance at Ashfall, and it came to me there. Each of us were given a staff made from the forest of black trees around us, glowing with embers and fire far greater than this branch you see now. It felt as if the staff was Margaren's own finger, guiding my hand, guiding the other 11, the shadows of the 12 who had come to stand on the bridge to stop Aothis.
I also saw a dozen bright circles emerging from your staff as well.
Even in that stand, there was a ritual to it. For the 12 that stood on the bridge, there were a dozen shadows cast, a dozen faithful of Margaren, her fiercest supporters and shapers of the Godhammer.
Durance rests the staff in front of him, and the flame atop of it curls for a moment. The light flaring slightly. It splits into flames or rings, one after another, until a dozen is met.
As 12 held Aothis fast, we 12 unleashed our prayers and let the Godhammer fall.
And then it blossoms brightly once more and resumes its candle intensity. In the aftermath, the shadow seems sharper in the vicinity, as if they have edges, and you blink to clear your vision. Durance is still staring at the tiny candle-like flame intently.
Shadows cast by the fire of the Godhammer, perhaps. We shared their fate as well in time. Now the spine of the Deerwood is marked by the Godhammer. marked by Margaret.
What do you mean, shared their fates?
Not all deaths come with stilled breath and stilled heart, or other stilled passions beneath the waste. Some deaths come from silence. The connection we once shared with Margaret. After the light of the Godhammer, it was not the same. It was as if we'd lost our senses, and sense of purpose as well. Instead of victory being welcomed, there was silence, within and without. Not many can claim to have killed a god. It is less a heroic tale than you would think. And such a death, it changed our faith. All faiths, I expect. Doubt followed, and the world changed. I do not believe Margaret was pleased by what we had done.
Why is that?
The world is broken, the wheel stilled. There is sickness in the world's heart. Perhaps the price of crossing a god. Crossing two gods. Even as Margaret shaped our hands, perhaps we carried her will farther than was allowed. Just as Widewind did. Saint Widewind. Mortal arrogance to match mortal arrogance. Yet if the world had changed, then I sought to change with it. If I had forgotten some of Margaret's teachings, I would find them again. I would make her see me again.
What did you do?
I remembered Margaret's teachings. How reminders on the flesh were more important than the death of a vessel. And I wondered if killing Aethys, if that had simply set him free. Had it allowed him to escape his punishment and be taken on the wheel? Like a mortal? As I stepped from the now blessed Godhammer Bridge, I thought of Ashfall. I thought of the War of Black Trees. Wondered if I needed to be burned to find myself again. That is Margaret at her heart. At least that is my hope. These are the doubts that befall me.
What happened when you turned to Ashfall?
The road to Ashfall is long. Gives one time to think. And if you think long enough, you do not go home. I left without telling anyone, with only the robes I wore at Halgot, my staff, and my name, which is long buried. Of my fellow 11 craftsmen, disciples, I know not what happened to them, if they suffered the same doubt as I did. But it was underserved. It was wrong. We had done all that, or had asked. Grab victory from defeat and...
You feel as if your god has betrayed you.
There is something about being used and cast aside. Perhaps Widewen himself felt it. There at the end, when the hammer struck. To be the proof that your god is hollow as the vessel it inhabits. I tried to find purpose, and avoided all contact with other Magranic priests. Did not seek the walls of Ashfall, and sought to make amends to my god through actions. I joined with the Purges for a time, and not long after came the first signs of the Hollowborn. So many crimes, trespasses, violations. The Salvation. Animancers were another sickness born of the Saints' War. A relapse of innovation, of desperation to heal what we had caused. All seemed worse than before the bridge, not better. And as years passed, the world became even worse still for the victory.
Now I see why you call your goddess a whore. She jilted you, and you still pine for her. Sweat collects in the story creases of his forehead and run down his ruddy cheeks. It drips from the tip of his nose. His mouth moves, but his utterance makes no sound. He is, for once, at a loss. Feeling your gaze, he quickly composes himself, wiping his forehead with the back of a dirty hand.
Huh? Worship the whims of some fickle bitch, and you'll never be more than dirt beneath her feet. Worship what she worships, on the other hand. Take her fire for your own, and her esteem comes on its own. Of course, by that time, you no longer need it. Trial and transformation, sure as Durance taught.
Durance glares at you. Straining into his eyes gives you a feeling of peering over the edge of a great cliff.
You think to put the coals to my feet, but what's burned once will never burn again. These talks are your trial, Watcher. You cannot deflect the truth to one who has already been purified by it.
Goodbye. That was interesting. Well, folks, we will call it there. As always, if you're new here, subscribe. Hit the bell thing so it rings. Give me a like or a dislike if you dislike this, or dislike me or whatever. And I will see you next time. Hop you later.